Greetings, Frederick Riddle here with another Christian News and Views, episode 174, and this is Bible Talk. And we've been talking about Revelation in recent weeks, but we're done with that now. I'm going to do a little bit of a close up with this, so I'm going to start out the same way as I normally do. As stated previously, Revelation is to some people a mystery, but it was never meant to be a mystery. It is the revealing of Jesus Christ in the end times. With that in mind, and we're going to now take a look at not a particular church, we're going to take a look at my life to see, does the God of Revelation have relevance in today's life, in my life? So let's take a look at this. As I said before on several occasions, invest your time in reading the entire book of Revelation. Hopefully, you won't mind if I direct you to another thought. And this is not going to be very long. The book of Revelation puts the awesome power of God out there. But God moves and directs in our personal lives as well. I'm going to use my own life as an example because it's the only one I'm an authority on. Okay. Now, the month of June has been a very interesting and I might even say trying month. It began early in the month with a notice I had missed a financial payment. It wasn't intentional. I'd gotten sick and found myself distracted and forgetful. But I wasn't concerned. I had money to cover the resulting costs, so I set about to do so, to transfer the money from my personal banking account to this other bank. But as I was doing the transaction, a problem occurred and it just kind of like disappeared. And I couldn't find it. And I thought, oh, wow, I need to take care of this thing. I never finished it, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. So I went ahead and began the whole thing process over again and got it taken care of. I went through this time. And I was certainly glad that was over, but it wasn't. You see, the next day, actually, next business day, both transactions showed up as transactions that were in the process of the money being taken out of my personal banking, which meant that I had money coming out, a certain amount of money coming out twice. And I thought, ooh, that's not good. I went from having plenty of funds to now I was going to be in the red, and things quickly went downhill. But I had been praying a lot. My sickness, I've been praying about that. I've been praying about other things. So that was just another thing to pray about. Well, this past Monday, I went to my bank and I spent a good portion of the morning there. And to make a long story short, the bank gave me a line of credit to cover the unusual transaction. And at the other side end of it, they discovered that this other bank had also discovered on their own. I hadn't even contacted them about it because I didn't know how. When I would go there, I couldn't see any trace of the action taking place. But it had, and they caught it. They declined the transaction and said about refunding the amount. And so then result of this whole thing actually ended up with me having more money. I got a line of credit, which is basically a loan, which means the money is mine to be used. I just have to pay it back. And so I thought, wow, that, that's not that's not the way it was looking. I went from I had good funding over here. Then I went then I went down really low. And now I'm back up here again. and it's really been quite the ride. But God been involved in that whole thing. When I step back and I look at it, God arranged for me to have more funding. Why? I don't know. I have my own thoughts on that, but we'll just see how things play out. But the thing is that he's already done some maneuvering behind the scenes that I wasn't even aware of. And I came out in a much stronger position than I began the month at. Now, how about my sickness? Well, you can still see I still have it, except I'm not sick. You see what? Right. It's actually turns out I have an allergy. And I am on medication for that, over the counter medication now. And just got started on it. So it's had a very little time, but I've already noticed an improvement in my overall condition as a result of that. So, what does this reveal about God? Well, to me, it reveals that the God of Revelation, with all his power, the awesome power that he has, the control of events. Revelation is a book of history, pre-written. And so we look at that, and we look at the God of Revelation, and then it happens to be Jesus Christ, by the way. And then we come back and we pull it back to our own lives today, this hour. And the thing is that God is still God. He still has awesome power, and he takes an interest in our lives. We need to learn to trust God not only trust him daily, but to trust him more than we normally do. He demonstrated to me that, and he's done different things. Not, I don't know if it was anything but that this dramatic, but he has demonstrated his power before, and he's probably done that in your life too. And the thing is, we need to put God up on that pedestal and keep him there, because God is he is in charge. He knows exactly what you need, how to take care of you. And if we just trust him, things will work out. And so hopefully this has been, like I said, this is going to be very short today, but I wanted to take the time to give you this opportunity, sort of a wrap up, if you will. Hopefully you like this channel. And if you do, I hope that you will subscribe to it. Uh, the I like to always mention the fact that I try to inform you, encourage you, and inspire you in every episode that I do. And that's what I've been trying to do today and in the past and in the future. I cannot judge as to whether I'm delivering or not. That's up to you. You judge that. But that's what my hope and prayer is every time I do an episode. Well, that's it for today, and I hope to see you in the next episode. You have a great day.